because last time we didn't know we were live and I was talking about it. So we'll see. And you've got yours up so we can see people.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I believe we're live here, and we certainly hope so. And this is CSI, Create a Source of Inspiration. And if you saw any of the posts this week, it's just a little bit of fun because when you're talking about inspiration, it isn't supposed to be work. And at the same time, it's not like it's something that always just hits you either. And so we want to play with that a little bit. And that's why we put up investigation. Other than CSI, of course, from the show, is about investigating. And quick little fun story is one of my little rescues, JD. She was literally found in the parking lot of CSI. And that's when I lived on the other coast. And so that was always kind of a joke. But then Spirit decided to use this more as a joke and said, okay, I want you to call this show CSI. And I'm going, okay, so what is this going to stand for then? If you talk about inspiring, I get the I. And so therefore, the show became CSI, Create a Source of Inspiration. So there you have it. That's the story behind it. Also, too, I do want to say this, not good with tech and not good with understanding how to work it when we're on here. Okay, so I apologize for the last time we weren't responding. So we're going to take a look and hopefully see what we need to see and respond because I thought the comments would come back after on the replay, and no, any of your comments, I apologize, but they all disappeared. So having said that, um, I'm not in the driver's seat today, although I started that way. Colleen is in the driver's seat. Thank you, Colleen. Hi.
Hello.
So all these beautiful shorts that you see, this is Colleen's creation. Okay, so she is a digital media director, not just manager, but director and creator of these things. So I just thought you should know this in case you ever need some help and direction. Colleen is available. And so today she gets to ask me a few more questions because people are asking about energy, and I am Karina Carj'an, in case you were wondering. So here we are. Today is just light, airy, fun. And so, Colleen, did you have a specific question? If not, there is a quick story I want to share.
I don't have a specific question, but I would love to hear the story you had in mind.
Well, okay, so when we're taught everything's energy, right, guys? Everybody knows everything's energy. Uh, it can't be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed. It can be transmuted. It can help you really start to understand your intuition, your spider senses, right? So, is there a practical application to this in the real world? Sometimes people ask. So, I'm going to give you a fun little thing. And I do this exercise with my students when they come into class and all this stuff. But when you can feel something without touching something and be able to tell the difference between a wall or a rug, because the textures are different, right? As you stay more connected to your very core with the understanding you are not just this, and you open up from your heart and you connect to everything else, your intuition and your soma start communicating more. So you can feel and actually kind of see things in a different way, um, very differently. So, practical application here. I was in the movie theater with my very dear friend Frank, and when it was time to go, my sunglasses got knocked off somehow, and the lens popped out as well. Okay, so dark movie theater, very dark, very black, black sunglasses, black lenses, looking and not having any light, phones were off, all that stuff. So, how does one find those and not scraping them? So, what I ended up doing is I just put out my hands to start to feel the difference of the textures. Now, of course, spatially, you kind of know about where things are, where the chair's in front, you're on a cement floor and all that different stuff. But the texture of the plastic of the sunglasses is different than the cement on the floor. And so, literally, just by waving my hands around in the given area where I kind of heard some sound and logic of how far it probably could go, okay, I'm giving account to those aspects too. I'm putting my hands out, and boom, I just felt my sunglasses and I picked them up. And the one lens that popped out, I was able to find it by feeling the difference of the textures again, and I was able to just pick it up. It wasn't like I was searching around at all. I could just swoop over it and find it. And Frank started laughing, of course, and he he just said only me, but it's not only just me. You guys can do it too. And he's a martial artist, and it's not something that he trains. So now he was willing to learn something a little bit more, and that was pretty fun. But this is a possible thing. Now, we do lose things, right? And we can't remember where we put them. And sometimes the harder you try, the more you can't find them. And you get frustrated. And in that frustration, you kind of shut off your energy instead of open up to it. So if you can just stop and take a breath and in a strange way, kind of forget about it, all of a sudden it's going to pop up, or you're just going to walk right over to wherever it is, even when you looked there before and it wasn't there. Because there is such thing as phasing in and out of the dimensions, which is really going on, folks. And the veils are becoming thinner and thinner and lifting as we speak in Sufi. As they lift, you get closer and closer to the creator. And so things can move rather rapidly now. For anybody that wants to start really feeling very centered for themselves and start getting real strong clarity about what path, what direction, what do they need to do, what do they need to let go of. So there are practical applications here when I talk about being connected to source. It isn't just woo woo all out there. And yes, there is a blissful state. And we do that a lot with Soma breath, by the way. Um, and it's great. And all you need is your own breath. So that's my little story about my sunglasses in the movie theater with Frank.
I love that. Yes. Well, in spirit of CSI, I think that's a great clue that we can use.
I love
Um,
that.
to like if you get a hit a little bit, right? Like you get a download, that's your intuition, like speaking to you. And that's a clue to lead you to the next step. And so, yeah, Karina was tuning into her clues and boom, she was able to find the missing piece. So, yeah, don't like disregard if your body is speaking to you and like giving you these signals. It's just all a part of your awareness.
Absolutely. And it is something that everybody, I mean, everybody can cultivate.
Amazing.
It's not just, oh, look what she can do, look what he can do. Oh, they're special over here. Well, all of you, everybody is special. It's just that we forget about that. And life happens. And so I always refer to it with my students to understand this faster is that we come here as this beautiful light beings and stuff happens. And every time stuff happens and it doesn't get processed or it's not nice, we get splattered with a little bit of mud. But that's okay. We still keep functioning as the light being until we get enough splats of life in stuff and don't know how to process it, we get splattered with more and more mud. And so 50% we're covered with mud, we no longer function and act and feel and behave like the light being. We act like the mud person, which is a lower frequency. So then we start the process, okay. Start clearing off the mud, start clearing off the mud. And part of that literally is don't sit there and wait. Oh, I want to be inspired. I'm not being inspired. How am I going to be inspired? And people do that. I want you to take a look at your life as is and start to be the detective and investigate the smallest little thing that you could feel this joy from. In that joy, that momentary, that whisper of a nanosecond joy, there's inspiration in there, and you can build on it. So I'm encouraging you to do that. So that's why I want to lead in the part of investigation because things that we're too busy with in life, we're moving too fast, we're running over things, we're on automatic pilot, and we don't stop and notice. So, of course, part of this is stop and breathe, pause, in order for you to be able to be more aware and notice and start to feel more. Because it's the joyous things that will motivate us, will keep us moving forward, which will keep giving us hope. And so, wouldn't it be nice to spend conscious time with that instead of just running around automatic and burnout?
Yes.
We have more tools than we think we do, really,
hmm
because everybody likes to try and tell you it's outside of yourself. Oh, you have to go study this, you have to go study that. You know, I understand, and I've always been mentored my whole life. Okay, I have mentors, guides, and all that. And I really value education and wisdom and expertise. But the most important thing is to know truly you have in here what it takes to do what you can envision. But see, that's the catch. what you can envision. And if you don't like what's going on, that means the envisioning has to expand. And sometimes it's a matter of being guided to, able to grow your perceptions, expand them. But sometimes it's just gratitude, stopping for a moment and having gratitude.
Absolutely. I love that. And I would say for myself, that has been so tremendous in me, in my growth over the years, is just taking the time to appreciate the moment that you are in.
Mhm.
And I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but Karina, maybe if you want to mention something about energy signatures in the moment.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with that.
Hmm.
Okay, so we go through things in life, right? Sometimes really crappy things. But the crappy things, there's always pearls of wisdom in it. But the really good things, those moments that we want to recapture, you actually can recapture them when you take the time, as Colleen was saying, to slow down and pause. And it's literally being one with that moment. But when you are really one with that moment, and what I mean by that is that you sit, you notice what your body feels, what your breath is like. You close your eyes and you just allow your body to be impregnated with that feeling. And everybody knows what I'm talking about when one little thing just makes you so happy and joyous. You feel it in your body, but most people don't stop and pause to stay with that sensation. When you do, you start to identify that that's actually what we call, especially in energy codes, is a signature of energy. And by staying with that for a moment, you can go back to that sensation, that signature that will put you back in that place. And the more you practice this, because guess what, guys? It takes practice. Nothing is a one and done shot deal. It just isn't. Life isn't. So pick your practices. But when you do practice that, you'll be able to bring it back faster and faster. And it is a wonderful thing to work with when things are good, because now you're filling up your toolbox. Or in gemology, we deal with gems. So in your treasure trove, you have something to work with that will assist you, that you have, especially if nobody else is there that you feel that you would need to help you. So again, it's within you. It's just certain things to cultivate if that's what you want to do. Not everybody wants to. That's okay. But if you want to, one has to pay a little attention and investigate what works for them and then start repeating it and becoming more aware each time. So there's many, many, many different ways in order to do this. And yes, of course, I have programs and workshops. And right now, I'm doing a free webinar for people that want to really connect to source and get to see more. And it's a little over 60 minutes, so it's no big deal. And you get to pause it if you want. You'll get an email with a reminder link. in case you are like me, I leave all these tabs open because I'm afraid I'm not going to find it again. Well, you'll get it in an email, so don't worry about that. But this is a great opportunity to take the pieces that really resonate with you. And even if it's just one thing you walk away from, that you feel, wait a minute, I can do that. I want to do that. And you take small little steps, you're already that much more ahead because you're now shifting your energy and you're bringing more of your future into your present time faster and quicker. And of course, to work quantumly, there are specific protocols to help you with that. And this fall will be the first time that I am opening up a group program. So that is also available to you, but I highly recommend first watching the webinar, and then there's a link that you can fill out info and send it to me, and we certainly can connect. But it's exciting. And in the fall, where things start to get more quiet, even though holidays are coming, things start to settle down more, and this is a really good time for reflection for you. So I did want to put that out there. Last time I didn't say much, and I forgot actually, guys. So I do that. But I'm here for you. And life is supposed to really be joyous, even under very difficult circumstances. We can find that little spark of inspiration.
I love that. Absolutely. And it's all about, yeah, designing the reality that you want. And so by following these, even just to get started, these little clues that we've left, the breath work and just being aware, in the moment, hop into that webinar, like these are great tools to just get you started on your path.
Absolutely. And we have left little trails of clues. This is week 3 that we've been leaving little snippets on posts everywhere that you can take one little piece of a thought. And so clues have been sprinkled out. And the webinar is going to stay available until the 19th of September because we actually start the program on the 16th. So I want everybody to really, who wants to come, who wants to learn, who wants to pick up these clues for their own life. It's free access. So if you don't do it now and you feel like you should, when are you going to do it?
Yep. If it
So I'm just,
resonates now. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're just here to encourage you. If the time's right, if you kind of get a feel that maybe, then guess what? The time's right. It's just old habits and patterns will kind of talk you out of it. That's all. And people will love to say, oh, I don't have the time. Well, guess what? I'm a 24/7 caregiver as well as in school and as well as in this virtual world business all at the same time. So I do understand time restraints and overwhelmed situations. They are real. Oh, very real.
Yes, but that is also something you could help people work through if they're feeling called to come into it and they need help with that
Oh,
time
absolutely.
assessment.
And I simplified that too by
Hmm.
doing a complete audio series of transforming the overwhelm and reclaiming your inner peace and discovering the power of clarity. So that system is out there and it's pace it on yourself. And we've been trying to bring people together too who do take that because one thing I do know is that as you start transforming different things, other emotions come up, questions come up. So live sessions are going to be available at any time. It doesn't matter if you just started, if you finished, you can keep coming in. And I decided that I'm going to put that on the books once every 2 months.
Awesome.
Because these are the things that I needed to learn things and integrate and didn't have them. So I keep trying to figure that portion out virtually. Because virtually is still very new to me because I am very used to having my brick and mortar studio on the other coast. And so this is different. And that's why tech, I'm still trying to figure it out, guys. I'm trying to figure out DMs. I'm trying to figure out all that while I'm trying to get information to you. So I'm not very good on the other, but as far as conversing and stuff, we're working at it. Uh, I only have so much time, but I want to get information to empower you, to inspire you, to learn to love your life. And if you are in that space, to share how much you love your life because it becomes very infectious.
Absolutely. Well,
Now,
this has been amazing, Karina.
well, it's fun. I wanted to have some fun this time, and yes, you can have visitations. You can understand as you develop your intuition of what the visitations really are, because sometimes at first it feels wrong, but that doesn't mean it's wrong at all. It just means that's an old behavior pattern and reaction to something. Um, but is that possible? Of course, it's possible. I have a lot of cosmic friends that come and visit and guide me um, a lot. And so I do have, of course, I have a lot of stories about it, but today I really wanted you to understand that just don't sit there and feel I want to be inspired attitude because that's actually a contraction and you're shutting your energy down and you're closing your heart and not being open to it. So that is an important little key. Sometimes people forget that. And so with the running so much on everybody's plate, not really breathing consciously, being on automatic, stop and pause. Watch the little snippets that we've been sprinkling out there. Um, just take a few moments, and I deliberately try to cut them really short, well under 60 seconds. So you can just, there's a hit. Okay, great. Here we go.
Absolutely. And if you like what you see, of course, we encourage you to subscribe to the channel
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're always putting new stuff up.
Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, see, guys, I'm not very good at really bringing these things forward because I forget. But yes, we would love for you to be part of this tribe because the more of the like minds and the curiosity comes together, we all actually start to quantify the field. And even not knowing one another, it is supporting one another. So it is very important to, because we are social animals. Sure, we need our private times, but we also need to have that sense of belonging. But the belonging needs to be with the right frequency, the right mindsets of the people that you resonate with, that you align with to help you, help me, to help us keep moving on this path while we're on this earth. So yes, subscribe, be part of our tribe. I love it. Thank you, Colleen, for that.
Of
She is my
course.
anchor. She is my really anchor with all of this, and I am very grateful and fortunate to have her with me.
I love it. Well, I think we left enough clues for today, Karina. What do you think?
I think we did too.
Awesome.
We just want this to be an uplift, so you feel better, a little bit of a break, not too much. And thank you for joining us whenever you join us.
Absolutely. Yep. Come in anytime. As Karina always mentions, no matter when you come in, you are still going to receive that frequency and that uplift. So whether it's now live or later on the replay, you're still going to receive.
Trust me, it's embedded, and I'll speak more about that down the road too. But there is a transmission that always comes through. So we're going to send love and blessings to you all. Until next time we see you, definitely sending love and God bless.
Ciao.